Some breaking news on Yahoo. The co-founder, Jerry Yang, he has announced his resignation from the board of directors of Yahoo, as well as all other positions with the company, as well as Yahoo Japan and Alibaba. He owns just under 4% of the company. Let's go to Bloomberg West editor-at-large, Corey Johnson. He's got the details from our San Francisco bureau. Joining me, Corey, tell me exactly what's going on right now and what this means, you think, for the future of Yahoo. The share's up nearly 5% in after-hours trading.
I mean, yeah, and doesn't that kind of tell you a lot right there? I mean, Wall Street had come to see founder Jerry Yang as not a solution to the company's problems, but the problem behind the company's problems. That he and Roy Bostock indeed called out by investor Dan Loeb. Dan Loeb, at his third point, becoming the largest investor in Yahoo, outside investor in Yahoo, and larger, in fact, than Jerry Yang himself, demanding a change of the company, demanding a change at this board, which is increasingly seen as dysfunctional. You've seen a number of CEOs come and go, a company that's in all sorts of businesses in a mild way and in a very strong way, very rarely, perhaps with the exception of the Yahoo homepage, a beneficiary of the product that Jerry Yang, in fact, brought to the internet when the internet was a nascent beast long ago. So a very dramatic change for this company. And I got to say, as I was just saying in the last hour, Jerry Yang very, very much involved in the day-to-day life of this company, whether it was when he was as acting CEO, as founder. He's a presence at that company, he's a presence in the buildings down there at Sunnyvale, and to not have him there is going to be a dramatic change for the company, which is exactly what the investors wanted.
All right, let me bring in from Princeton, New Jersey, we've got Paul Sweeney. He's a media analyst for Bloomberg Industries. Paul Sweeney, as Corey was just describing, Jerry Yang, of course, resigning from the board of Yahoo as well as all other positions at the company. What does this do to the possible sale of the company's stake in properties such as Alibaba? Does that mean that this is going to be accelerated?
Yeah, I think the stock's moving up here in the after hours certainly suggests that investors think that it's much greater likelihood that some type of transaction gets done, perhaps even an entire sale of the company. I think it's pretty well documented that Jerry has been hesitant about selling the company in the past. Most notably to Microsoft several years ago. So to the extent that that he's leaving the board, perhaps that opens it up for a bigger transaction.
Corey, all right, so Jerry Yang leaves the board. What else has to happen at the board in order to make a transaction more likely?
Well, the transaction we've heard about, it sounds very complicated because there's a tremendous tax liability here. Essentially, Yahoo paid $1 billion for an asset that's been valued privately by as much as $20 billion. So to repatriate that, something of a valuable asset, they're talking about weighing all sorts of complicated assets where a Chinese company, Alibaba, would acquire some other stuff, swap assets with Yahoo, so it would be a tax beneficial swap. But understand here what's also going on is that the company has to agree to give up doing some of the things that it's done in the past. The problem it is seen as at Yahoo for years, maybe even for a decade, is that they are in too many businesses and not doing any of them really well. And that the company's been unwilling or unable to jettison some projects to focus on the things that could be the future of Yahoo. And that under Carol Bartz, who'd come from Autodesk with a lot of public company experience, she couldn't get this business to really turn around and focus on just a few things. And that maybe the problem was the founder who had acquired all those things couldn't let any of his babies go. Now, let me say one last thing also. The company's due to report earnings here in just about a week. This might be a sign that earnings for the next quarter, I think they're supposed to report on the 24th next week, might not be good.
Paul Sweeney, as an industry analyst, you know the competitive landscape. What businesses is Yahoo in that are doing well?
Well, Yahoo, primarily is dependent upon display advertising. Now, the good news for Yahoo is they have 700 million unique visitors every month, so they have a tremendous audience. They have tremendous brands in business, finance, in sports, for example. What Yahoo has not been able to do successfully over the last several years, quite frankly, is to monetize that user base and drive consistent top-line revenue growth. That's really been the challenge for Yahoo under Carol, now under the new management, and now without Jerry Yang.
I want to thank you very much. Paul Sweeney from Bloomberg Industries and Corey Johnson, editor-at-large, Bloomberg West. There'll be more on Bloomberg West about the resignation of Jerry Yang.